Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is DDunn here, the most chill COD player, back again with some more Black Ops 3 action. And today, I want to talk about how I have the possibility to make a lot more money, and it may apply directly to you. And no, this is not some sort of scam video. Let's get right into it. So, Obama passed legislature that would make it so that anyone who is that works on a salary, just like a straight salary, and supervises other people, if your salary is $47,000 or less, then you will qualify for overtime. Now, in case you're unfamiliar with how salary works, the idea of it is that you are paid a high salary wage. That's a flat rate no matter how many hours you work. It's done, you see it a lot in retail, you see it a lot in the food industry, because a lot of those jobs, the hours and the shifts, they can fluctuate greatly. So it's just a way to make sure that you get paid fairly without getting paid an hourly rate, if that makes sense. So I am currently on salary, and I don't really want to give you guys like an exact amount of how much I make, but I can tell you it's not over $40,000. So I'm far away from the threshold here. And whenever my schedule is made, I'm automatically scheduled every single week for 45 hours. So any other normal job where you get paid hourly, you get scheduled, in your full time, you get scheduled 35, 40 hours or whatever, and then you get to go home. Me, I'm scheduled 45 hours, and I usually end up working closer to 50. A short day for me is 8 or 9 hours. That is a short work day for me. It takes, I don't know, it takes a very interesting person to work that much. And like I said, I don't even make over $40,000, and I'm not saying that I don't make a good amount of money, because I know, I do. But at the same time, working 45 hours a week at a minimum, with a lot on the line, thousands of dollars worth of inventory, thousands of dollars worth of money. I work at a restaurant that grosses, anywhere between, $30,000 to $40,000 a week. So times 52 weeks in a year, that is 1.5 million, somewhere around there. So, I have a lot to do with a lot of money, inventory and, employees that I have to manage. There's a lot on the line. And basically, the reason why they passed this legislature is because, according to whatever studies that reasoning data that they're looking at, whenever salary positions started, the amount that you were making relative to the cost of living was proportionally high. So you were getting paid significantly higher than an hourly person who may or may not get overtime, but you have to work more hours. That's the gist of it. But I guess what they're finding now is that people who are salary, a lot of times they give them low salary, work them very long hours, and the salary is disproportionately low to the amount of hours that they're working and the cost of living. So me, myself, wherever I live, it's not too bad. I live in southern Missouri. The cost of living here isn't too bad. But, just like healthcare alone for insurance for me and my 2 kids is $200 every single paycheck. So that is $4,800 a year. Just gets pulled automatically out of my check and goes straight to insurance. When you factor in rent, utilities, groceries, all of these things, it adds up very quickly. childcare is insanely expensive. So once you add all these things up, like, it's very easy to see why some people feel like people in my position who are working these long hours and not getting paid overtime, how it's unfair, unjust. For my position, I think it's a little bit different because I truly love what I do. I love my job, and through college and stuff, I usually worked 2 jobs. During the summer, I would work up to 3 jobs. I've worked summers with 80 to 90 hour work weeks. So 50 hours for me really isn't that bad. But at the same time, this is, if I could get paid more, obviously I would like that. Now, here is the snag. There are obvious ways that employers can get around this. Obviously, one of the easiest ways is just to straight up cut people's salaries. So say you make $40,000 a year, cut your salary by $5,000, and then pay you the overtime, and it should relatively come out about the same. Alternatively, the way salary works is you actually have an hourly pay rate, but you are just paid for a flat number of hours. The number of hours that you get paid per week never changes. So that's how your checks come out the exact same every single week. So what they might do is just reduce the amount of hours you work and only give you that hourly rate. So in theory, you would make the same, and then if you're scheduled only 40, hopefully you would not get much overtime, and if you did, then you would get paid appropriately for it. Or a more drastic scenario would be that they just start eliminating salary positions and start paying people a lower hourly rate. So say that salary rate is $20 an hour. What they might do is just start eliminating those positions and hire people at like $15 an hour and then pay them the overtime if they get it. I don't really know what my particular company that I work for is going to go for. We just got an official email that basically just outlined that this legislature was passed. It goes into effect December 1st, and that there'll be more news coming in as my company decides what they want to do. But I think this is really big news because it's definitely a step. It's a big step for the average middle class American citizen, the average person like myself, who I graduated with my degrees and I got my middle management job, and I do okay for myself. But the fact is that, like I said, I scheduled 5 hours more than a regular full-time job. I usually end up working 10 hours more, and proportionally to other jobs that work the same amount of hours, depending on the position and the type of job it is, there's a lot of instances where I'm getting paid less, and the stakes are just as high. But just because I work in a restaurant and I don't necessarily have to have degrees to get the job I do, that's how a lot of people have justified not paying people in my position as much as they could in other industries. So I don't really know where it's going to go. I'm optimistic because the company that I work for is a very good company. They're renowned for treating their employees well. So I feel like they're going to do a good job at taking care of us. And, hopefully I will be able to return in a future commentary with good news about, how they're going to approach the situation. Hopefully it'll work out for the best, because even in the worst scenario, if I actually end up getting a pay cut, but I only have to work 40 hours a week, that's an extra 5 to 10 hours a week that I get to be at home with my family. So, that alone is a pretty decent trade-off if I do get a pay cut. So I don't know, we'll have to see. But I thought it was an interesting topic. I'm sure it may apply to some of you guys listening or watching this, and if it does, I would love to get some feedback. Or even if it doesn't, if you have some thoughts and opinions, I'm all ears as always. Leave me a comment, let me know, or you can always follow the link to my Twitter in the description, and you can talk to me there. Always open to discussion. So anyway, that's the video for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, feel free to leave a like. If you hated it, and that's fine, dislike it, leave me a comment why, so I can improve my content in the future. And if you are new to my channel and you enjoy my content, a subscription is always appreciated. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.